While I'm set up to do a quick video on how to hold your trumpet, I thought maybe it's a good time to demonstrate the songs from the Memory Songs for Trumpet and Memory Songs for Trombone sheets that we'll be using for our first couple of weeks of playing actual notes. You can access these sheets in the download section of my website. At the moment it's set up so there's a button that says first year players. You click that button, there's a bit of information there, and in the first few downloads, as in the files that you can click download file and save to your iPad or print out, there should be one called Memory Songs for Trumpet and another one called Memory Songs for Trombone. Now sadly, I don't have my trombone with me at this school, so I haven't been able to do the trombone assembly and posture demonstration, and I'm going to have to demonstrate the songs on trumpet. Now way back when I was in year 6, we went straight into learning how to read notes. So I was a trombonist. I was probably only about, actually I don't know how tall I was. I was pretty tall for year 6, but on my trombone we went straight into reading notes. We did not have YouTube, we did not have backing CDs to play along with at the time, even though these days I suppose everything is streaming download. We had to learn to read the music as we went, and if you had trouble keeping up with that, then that could make it very hard to practice your materials at home. Good news for you, we now have YouTube and phones that can record video in high quality like this. So, here's my trumpet. Hopefully you can see the sheet. I'm going by memory from what songs are on there. I reckon I can remember most of them. And the first one should sound a bit like this. It's probably Hot Cross Buns. That's what we always start with. It's what you would start with if you were learning recorder. Hopefully not too many of you have had to play recorder, because it's evil. Here's how it sounds on trumpet. The notes are E, D and C, and I'm starting off with quite tense lips because the E note needs a high buzz, so that shape of the lips, I'm keeping that quite tense. Sounds like this. I'm focusing on timing my finger changes and my tongue perfectly together to try and get a clear start to those notes and keeping the air flowing all the way through. If you need to take a breath halfway through the song before the 4 C notes in a row, and trombone players, that would be your 4 B flat notes in a row. If you need to take a breath there, that's perfectly fine. Go straight back into trying to keep the air moving smoothly and letting the tongue do the work. And that should get you through to the end of the song. What's next on the page? Oh, probably Eye of the Tiger. I think this song was by a band called Foreigner, possibly, I could be wrong, back in the 70s or 80s for a movie called Rocky. You've probably heard it. The main guitar part and bass guitar parts sound a little bit like this. They use slightly different notes, so you won't be able to play along with the original recording of Eye of the Tiger, but this is what you're aiming for. It can sound kind of cool to drop down soft and then aim for a steady swell through those long notes at the end of each line, but that's pretty tricky. If you're doing that in your first couple of weeks of brass lessons and actually getting a steady build-up, then that's really impressive. On trumpet it would be much easier and probably sound better if I just kept those long notes, E, D, C, if I just tried to keep them nice and steady. But when I'm playing trumpet, for some reason I'm inclined to try and do everything in as flashy a way as possible. It's just something about this instrument does that to people. Good, next on the list should be Darth Vader's theme music. The fancy name for this piece is the Imperial March, written by John Williams for the Star Wars movies, and we're using 3 notes, E, C and G. C and G have exactly the same fingering. C has a low buzz, which means relaxed lips. G has a high buzz, as if you were just buzzing higher on your mouthpiece. So you're going to tense your lips up. They happen to be the first couple of notes of the last post as well that you would hear at Anzac Day. Enough of that, here's how it should sound. You've got got that first phrase there using just the 3 notes. The next bit is a little bit trickier. I can't remember it off the top of my head, so I'm not going to try and play it for you now, and I'd do better on trombone anyway. Good. Next thing on the list is a more contemporary tune. What is it? It's not My Girl, it's This Girl. That's possibly the name. If you search it on YouTube, you'll find it. It's an R&B or modern hip-hop song, so it's probably got girls in bikinis in the video clip. So if you don't think Mum or Dad would like you watching that, don't search it then. Here's how it should sound. Watch this video instead. Here's how it should sound. Those are your notes, and it goes twice through. G, F, and A. You may be very clever and notice that A has the same fingering as E. It's a bit like those notes C and G, where one of them has more relaxed lips, a low buzz, and the other one, same fingering, but tense lips for a higher sound. Good luck with that one. Then you've got Camptown Races. I'm going to play it fast. This is what you're going for. You will not be able to play it this fast straight away because you need to build up the coordination between your fingers, keeping nice upright fingertip position or keeping good accurate slide positions, and your tongue to start the notes clearly. Sounds like this. The next bit, I'm not going to demo for you. We can work that one out later in the year when we know a few more notes. Or you could look it up on YouTube, I suppose. You could search Camptown Races for trumpet, and maybe they would use that same set of notes and you could learn the next section. Or Camptown Races for trombone or baritone, depending on what you play. On the other side of the page, it probably starts with Merrily We Roll Along, and then there would be Mary Had a Little Lamb. The notes for these ones are almost identical. I have a feeling that it's just at the end of either the first or the second line that there is a slight difference. Here is Merrily We Roll Along. You are aiming for this tune. Had a Little Lamb, you will notice that the 2 blank notes, they need to be something higher. Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. That last 2 notes, little lamb. You're going to have to experiment with that and find out, for trumpet, does it go up to F? Does it go up to G there? Does it even go up to A? And for trombones and baritones, that would put you up D something something. From that D note, where's it going to go? Is it going to go to E flat in 3rd position? Is it going to go to F in 1st, or is it going to stay in 4th position for G? Who knows? You can find out. And then in the second line, there's just 1 extra note. Mary had a little lamb, its fleece. And that word, its, that's an extra note that doesn't appear in Merrily We Roll Along. What's left on the page? I am casting my mind back. Oh, the Twinkle Twinkle demo. Right, so, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. I think I was mean and left a bunch of blanks in your music, so you probably haven't got all the notes there. I'm not going to show you. I'll show you the first 4 notes because that's probably the hardest thing in the whole song, is getting a nice clear jump from C up to G for trumpet and B flat up to F for trombone. This is what you're aiming for. Once again, these are the last post notes. And then on it goes. For the higher notes, tense lips and fast air. Good luck. I hope that's been helpful for you, and maybe I'll get time to do this on trombone as well. Enjoy.